machine. Going around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loop machine.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. This is STSPN, and we are at the top of the Peak Girls Basketball Tournament, hosted by the Glacier Peak Grizzlies and sponsored by Speedway Chevrolet. The 4:30 game features the Mount Spokane Wildcats with a record of 5-2 against the host Glacier Peak Grizzlies with a record of 4-1. I'm Mike Buckles, along with Executive Director Todd Elvig, directing the entire process. A video, audio, lunch, and also the tech crew out in the truck. 3A Mount Spokane is coached by David Pratt and finished last season with a record of 24-2. And were edged by Prairie by a score of 37-35 in the state championship game. Great season last year for Mount Spokane. Coach Pratt has 5 returning players from that team, and with the record of 5-2, again, are off to a solid start. The 4A Grizzlies of Glacier Peak are also off to a good start with a record of 4-1. Coach Brian Hill has a good thing going and has been a perennial contender at the state level, last year finishing 4th. Coach Hill has 4 seniors and 6 juniors on his roster. Starting lineups in alternating order. Mount Spokane, Jamin Sides, a 6'1 forward. For Glacier Peak, it's Alea Collins, a 5'6 guard. Also starting for Glacier Peak, Shaylin Sandy, a 5'7 senior guard. Mount Spokane, we've got number 10, Emma Main, a 5'6 returner from last year's second place state team. For Glacier Peak, Malia Smith, a 5'5 junior guard.
Number 20, a 6-foot junior.
Number 20, Gracie Neal, 6-foot forward. Junior returner from last year's team.
For the Grizzlies, a 5'10 junior.
And for the Grizz, Madison Rubino, a 6-foot post player. She is a junior from Mount Spokane. A 6-foot senior, Jada Noble, who I believe is going to the UW next year. Maya Erling for Glacier Peak, 5'8 guard, and rounding out the starters for the Wildcats is Kiara Sayer. She's a 6'1" forward. Now, even though it is Glacier Peak at home on the court, they will be the visitors on the scoreboard according to the brackets. Mount Spokane, coached by David Pratt. Brian Hill, the coach for the Grizz. And we'll be ready for the tip-off here in just a moment. Veteran official crew taking their warm-ups off down here, getting ready to go. Want to again thank you for joining us here today. Mark Ockett had the call on the first 2 games as Todd Beamer gave Lincoln a trouncing, so they move into the winner's bracket. Curtis Vikings lost their first round to, trying to look and see who their opponent was. Curtis Vikings, though, will remain in the winner's bracket because the Newport Knights, who defeated them, could only be here for the one day. Tip underway, Mount Spokane, a play off the tip, drive in with the left hand. Jamin Sides runs the court well, excellent play, 2-zip. And some trapping action to start off with Glacier Peak. Now going to set with Malia Smith out at the point against man-to-man pressure. Right wing entry, kicks it back out. Good ball reversal. There's a skip pass, calling for the ball. Aaliyah Smith kicks it back out. 3 ball on the way. Misses by Erling. Glacier Peak comes back up with it, their first offensive rebound of the game. Nice backdoor cut. Excellent pass. Good finish. We're tied at deuces. 2-2. Man-to-man defense also for Glacier Peak. As they move the ball left wing entry into the post and missing. An easy shot was Gracie Neal, but putback is good.
Basket for the Wildcats, number 24, Jada Noble.
Jada Noble scoops up the offensive board and puts it back. Running, getting away with the travel, not getting away with the travel is Ali Collins. Ailey Collins, I believe, is how you pronounce her name. 4-2, Mount Spokane.
Aaliyah?
Well,
It is
they
Aaliyah.
told me it's Lee. There was a pronunciation I got, so. Can't go by spelling these days.
That is correct.
A nice jab step and jump shot up and good by Kiara Sayers. Quick 3 on the way, rebounded by Mount Spokane. Getting out, pushing the ball up the floor with the pass, wide open, 3 ball on the way, good. With the left-handed was Jamin Sides, and we've got a timeout. Just in the blink of an eye, the score is 9-2 Mount Spokane over Glacier Peak.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Welcome back, Glacier Peak High School. Glacier Peak is the visiting team, however, on their home court by virtue of the top of the Peak tournament bracket. So Glacier Peak wearing their dark blue trimmed in white. Mount Spokane wearing the home whites trimmed in dark red and blue. Now showing a little bit of zone. 3 ball on the way for Peak. And it's rebounded, trapped in the corner. Good outlet, and Spokane on the run again. Wide open underneath. They finally get it to her. Layup is good. Rebound, outlet, one pass, or one dribble, pass, and a layup. Picture perfect, 11-2. Mount Spokane. Glacier Peak with another open 3 in the corner, and this time it's good by Shaylin Sandy. So with 5 minutes to go, it's a 6-point lead for Mount Spokane. Facing man-to-man pressure. Out on top, setting their offense, looking, backdoor. Excellent pass that time by Jada Nobles. She kicks it inside for the layup, and we're going to have a blocking foul. Some contact inside. Gracie Neal. Just the first foul called in the game. 13-5 lead, out of bounds play. And leaving the corner open, another 3 on the way though. It's an air ball and underneath wide open, and she hits it off the bottom of the backboard, does Ailey Collins.
Aaliyah. I know, because we cover it all the time.
Okay, well, we'll go with Aaliyah. I was going by what the assistant coach told me here.
Yeah, well,
We'll go with Aaliyah. just like the
I
song.
mean, I certainly could be wrong, but that's what we've always.
We've always went with Aaliyah. We'll go with Aaliyah. Out of bounds play. Glacier Peak gets it in, dragging the pivot foot. Shaylin Sandy, so a turnover. And it's looking like you don't want to be turning the ball over too frequently here against Mount Spokane if you want to stay in the game.
Ask the newspaper guy. He probably knows how it's pronounced.
Okay. He's overtaking selfies of himself up here right now. Actually, it's a video. Inside, nice outside pivot move. Fakes in, comes back with the left hand as Kiera Sayers. And another turnover for Glacier Peak, and we're at 15-5.
The carry.
4 minutes to go, and Coach Hill is going to forego the full court pressure right now, as that has been sliced and diced up by the Mount Spokane. Still staying with the man-to-man defense. However, though, dribble penetration, nice defensive help by Collins. Clock down to 8. And look what I found, wide open, missed by Jada Noble. Kicks it back out, 3-ball on the way, Emma Main.
That's a 3-point goal by number 10.
So everything going the way right now of Mount Spokane, and turning it and hucking it out of bounds is Grace Godines. We got a sub in. Madison Rubino going to check in.
Back into the game for Grizzlies, number 15, Madison Rubino.
18-5 is the score. And Mount Spokane looking like they have some serious skill on this squad. Crossover dribble, foul going to be called as Kiera Sayers, a 6'1 junior, crosses over to the left hand and attacks the rim. She's going to shoot 2.
Fouls on Leah Collins, her first personal, first team. Kiara Sayers to the line.
Leah Collins. Well, that's where the Lee is, in the middle. Okay, called for the foul. So I can't read my chicken scratch, especially since I'm writing with the opposite hand here.
You're trying to write with the broken down hand?
No, with my other hand that's not broken down. And there's a blocking foul as Leah Collins with a quick dribble penetration down the left side. It's going to be out of bounds to the Grizz.
Fouls on number 1, inside, her first personal, second.
Going to run a screener play, and the ball is turned over as Collins hits the basketball upright. Some of the keys to the game, these games that I have, is number 1, scouting is at a minimum, and it's also the turkey burn time because of the holidays, which teams are mentally and physically ready for quality opponents. And so far, that has been Mount Spokane. Nice hand in the passing lane, though, by the Grizzlies, but they give it right back. And a little bit of sloppy play. It goes inside, and everything going the way.
Number 34, Kiara Sayers.
Kiara Sayers of Mount Spokane with the finish. So we're at 22-5 here in the first quarter, and still 2.5 to go. Dribble drive, attacking the rim, shot up, floats in, it is good.
But the basket is by number 35, Maya Erling.
Erling gets on the board. Maya Erling, 5'8 junior guard. Makes the score 22-7.
They have a long row to hoe.
Defensive
Basket by number 22, Sophia
play,
Bertoli.
fronting the post to no avail. Sophia Bertati Metoyer with the power move drop step for Mount Spokane. Noble gonna attack, passes to the referee underneath the basket. That's a turnover. Goes with the left hand.
Passed it back.
In the game for the Wildcats,
Tia Allen
number
gonna check in
23,
for
Tia Allen.
Sayers. So Tia, a lot of players here, at least 12 players for Mount Spokane.
Number 33, Elise Waldall.
Let's go with 13 players, and they got a 24-7 lead. Looks like they're incorporating a 1-3-1 zone defense right now. So one of those defenses that you may not see a whole heck of a lot of, and depends on how much prep you've done this early in the year. Shot clock down to 7, kicking it out. Jump shot on the way. High in the air, Nobles comes down with it. Noble comes down with it. 1:15 to go, 24-7 lead. Trying to stop this Mount Spokane attack. Staying with the man-to-man, getting some subs in. Crossover, a little bit of a push-off. Nice help by Collins, and that forces the travel. Good defense by Waldall and Collins of Glacier Peak.
In the game for the Wildcats, number 32, Destiny Kamalu-Vargas.
Destiny Kamalu-Vargas. Glacier Peak can go, and Glacier Peak turns it over once again. Right now, turnovers are killing the Glacier Peak Grizzlies. Mount Spokane going to try to run a special play here. They got an opportunity to go 2 for 1. Looking at the back door, not there. Noble comes off, looks inside, and kick it to the wing. Open jump shot, right side, good ball movement, well off target. And the putback, though, by Gracie Neal, as Mount Spokane spreading the wealth, 26-7. Collins, quick dribble drive. Shot from the right side is off. 5 seconds to go. Did not outlet deep, so it's going to be no opportunity there for Mount Spokane, but the damage has been done with Mount Spokane putting up 26, Glacier Peak 7 at the end of the first quarter. Wow, very impressive. We'll be right back after this on STSPN.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Well, welcome back to STSPN, top of the Peak Girls Basketball Tournament, hosted by Glacier Peak. And Glacier Peak got steamrolled as the Mount Spokane Wildcats ran wild in the first quarter. It's 26-7, so let's see what Coach Hill can come up with to try to change the momentum. And I see my old friend, the head coach at Edmonds Woodway, John Rasmussen, down there, sitting with all of his friends doing some scouting. I thought I was talking loud enough for him to hear me, but I guess he did not. Glacier Peak gets the first possession, and that could get them back in.
By number 10,
Malia
Smith.
Smith bombs in a 3. Quick passing, though, by the Wildcats. And now they're going to reset their offense. Nice spin dribble and into the key. Good closeout and a turnover Glacier Peak comes up with it. Collins kicks it to the left. And that was Smith, and back to Collins, back to Smith. As they ping pong back and back-to-back threes. Cuts the lead in half, 26-13. And Coach Pratt has seen enough. We're going to get Noble back in the ball game for the Mount Spokane. As we start to see a little bit of momentum change here. He's not going to wait too long, obviously, to go back to some of his top players. And there's some dribble penetration. Destiny Kamalu Vargas, just a freshman, going to go to the line for 2 shots.
Number 1, Leah Collins, her second personal.
Sides and Noble getting ready to check back in for Mount Spokane. And the free throw rims out. She will have one more. Want to thank you again for joining us. This tournament is called the Top of the Peak Girls Basketball Tournament, and we have some outstanding teams as Kamala Vargas makes the second free throw, and she goes back to the bench as she is replaced. 27-13 now the score. I mentioned Mount Spokane finished second in 3A last year. Glacier Peak finishing fourth in 4A. And we had the defending 4A champs, and there's a steal picked off by Jamin Sides who just entered the game. Nice up fake, but a travel called. Coach Pratt disagrees as
I agree.
Sayers up
She still
fake.
had the ball when she came down.
Did a little up fake, did a little happy foot dance. 27-13, got called for the shuffle, and it's Glacier Peak ball. Staying with that 1-3-1, doing a nice job of matching up. And that shot will be available much of the time as Rubino buries a 15-footer from the baseline. That short corner is step out from the block, frequently open against the 1-3-1, and it's 27-15. And I will say this, if Mount Spokane thought Glacier Peak was going to go away, and that's often what happens mentally when you get the big lead early, you think, well, we got them. Not necessarily true. Off the foot of Emma Main, and the Grizz will have the ball back. I mentioned that being mentally and physically ready here during the holiday season. Key number 2, which teams do the best job of ball handling? Referring to dribbling, passing, and receiving passes against consistently tough defensive pressure. And so far, Mount Spokane has done a better job of that, as a lot of turnovers for Glacier Peak. But now, running against the pressure, and a foul called as Rubino attacks the rim. She's going to go to the line for 2. Nice press breaker and good attack by Glacier Peak. Rubino wearing some pink trimmed basketball shoes down there. Drills the first one, and the lead has been cut to 9. It was 26-7, I believe, at the end of the first quarter. So Glacier Peak definitely making a run here. Back out to Noble. Good fake, finds her teammate wide open. Shots blocked, though, as Sides dribbled to pressure. Aaliyah Collins misses.
Oh.
Full court layup and back the other way. Got a high jump instead of long jump on that. You have to gather yourself. I see that mistake made a lot, especially on breakaways. You have to gather yourself and go up instead of shooting long. There's an air ball by Emma Main, maybe some contact, but Glacier Peak gives it right back. Here comes Noble, and she's going to take it up with the left hand. Steals the inbound up with the left hand. She scores 4 points in a nanosecond, and it's 31-16. Wow. Peak just throws it right to her to see if she could do it again, and she did. Glacier Peak going to set up now. Defense has been changed back to man-to-man.
She the one that's headed to you, Dub?
I believe so. Thought that's what I heard Mark Ockett say. Wide open 3-ball from the wing. Rubino misses. Rebound ran down. Rubino misses a jump shot. The first one was taken by Malia Smith. Correction on that. So coming up empty and coming back the other way, Emma Main buries a 3. So Glacier Peak made a run, and now the lead is back to 18. 3:33 to go. So, and once they put, and Noble called for a little bit of contact out front.
Foul on number 24, Jada Noble.
It's going to be her first foul. 4th team foul on the Wildcats. Grizzlies will have a new clock. And the ball out of bounds. The thing about these tournaments is that when you get a lot of good teams here, it's even if your team is down a little bit and rebuilding as such, you get great competition early in the year. 3-ball on the way, and it is good.
That's a 3-point basket by number 15, Madison Rubino.
Rubino, listed as a post player, but stepping out and knocking down the 3 with a deft touch. Mount Spokane kicking the ball. 3-ball is short. Battle for the rebound goes to the Wildcats, and Noble going to take the 3 from the left wing. And she has 8 points here.
That's a 3-point basket by number 24, Jada Noble.
In the last 4 possessions, she's got 3 baskets, and now she comes up with the steal. You know, you see players like that, and somehow the ball just seems to find them. They are in the right spot, makes a good pass, 3-ball missed. And a foul going to be called, offensive rebound. Sophia Batati Matoyer going to the line as she gets to the opposite block of where the shot was taken.
Boy, Mount Spokane's the real deal.
They are the real deal. And she gets to the spot. A lot of people don't know this, but if you take a shot from the side, 2 of 3 misses come out on the opposite block, and if you're able to secure that, as Batati Matoyer did, you got an opportunity. She misses the first. 37-19 now. Second one rolls in. Sub's going to come in. T. Allen is going to replace Sophia. 38-19. The lead is up to 19.
That's a big hole.
It is, and Glacier Peak got off to a good start. Back to that 1-3-1. And typically, early in the year, your teams do not work all that much against 1-3-1s unless you've got an opponent that you've scouted. Nice penetration and kick. Nobody back for Glacier Peak. Rugby scrum underneath. We're going to go to the Wildcats. So I'll tell you what, that was almost a long rebound and another kick out for Mount Spokane. And one thing I'm seeing is that they could do a great job of running the court. You have to rotate back and pick up. It's not just good enough to be back. You've got to pick up as well and try to get somebody to stop the basketball. Man-to-man pressure, and Kiera Sayers throws it out of bounds. So
End of the game for the Grizzlies.
Grizzlies still working hard on the defense. Collins comes out, going to get a little bit of a breather here. Kaylin Allison checks in. Out at the top with the pink shoes. Moving the ball quickly. Still against this zone. Now it's a 2-1-2 look. So changing defenses quite a bit. We get it inside. Double team, loses a handle. Shot up, missed by Godines. And a foul called on the rebound. Is that one once again?
Foul on number 5, Chase Sandy.
Comes down to Jada
First
Noble.
personal, fourth team foul.
And she seems to have a magnet for the ball. Even when she's not looking for it, it seems to find her. That time, though, in battling for the rebound. A lot of back screens being set by Mount Spokane. Pulls up, shot blocked. As Waldahl comes up with the block shot, a little slow in getting that shot off was the freshman, Mula Vargas. Inside, give and go, maybe some contact, not called. Missed the left-hander from the left block, 38-19. Opportunity to go 2 for 1 here with a quicker shot. I don't know that they're looking at the clock. They are not working the clock. Now, a foul going to be called on the drive. Basket goes, not going to count. Shaylin Sandy forcing Noble to go left.
Sandy, her second, team's fifth.
Sandy with her second. And you probably heard the announcer, 15.
How tall is Noble?
Noble is listed at 6 foot. And she handles the rock very, very well.
Well, she looks like she's towering over all the GP players there.
Well, she has her hair piled high there as well, too.
Yeah.
So it's hard to tell. And there's the steal, going to come back. Shot on the way, and it's off to Iron. Who's going to get it? And Mount Spokane, once again, 3 on the way. Skims out, another offensive rebound. Foul called, 6 seconds left. It's going to go to Glacier Peak. And depends on how the coach likes to do their height.
No,
do they
it's
actually
going to-
measure? Do you ask the kids?
Going to Mount Spokane.
Oh, it is. Okay, foul going to be called on Rubino with the contact underneath, running that 4-player stack. And it comes out to Noble. She gives it up. They're trying to go inside, knocked away. And good defense by Glacier Peak, but the score is 38 to 19 at the half. I want to thank you for joining us here. Don't forget that after this game, we will still have one more with the defending 4A champs, the East Lake Wolves, playing against the Kent Ridge Chargers, who finished 3rd in the 4A last year. So that's going to be a good ball game also. 38 to 19. Mike Buckles here along with Todd Elvig on STSPN. Don't go away. We have our halftime presentation. Welcome back to Glacier Peak High School. We got a good tournament here going. The top of the peak girls basketball. And we're going to have a quick little interview with the Edmonds Woodway girls basketball coach, longtime friend and sometime nemesis for me, John Rasmussen. How you doing, Ras?
Good, Mike. It's good to be here, and it's fun to be in my old stomping grounds. I spent 8 years in this gym, so it's kind of fun to be back. I actually coached a lot of these girls in 5th grade for Glacier Peak. So
you did, and was your daughter a player here as well?
She was. Both my daughters were. So I had one for 4 years when it first opened, and then Natalie, who's on my coaching staff now, played another 4 years here. So, I was in this tournament last year. It's fun to come back, and I live in the neighborhood. So.
And you had a run at state last year now that you're over at Edmonds Woodway. And how was that experience?
Oh, man, that was the neatest experience you can ever imagine until you actually walk out on that dome court and get to experience it. You can't say enough about it. And it was a neat thing. We beat a Bethel team that was highly ranked, and we got to spend a couple extra days down there, and what an experience it was. I know my returners want to get back there, and that'd be great if we could.
That's always a good goal, and I was fortunate enough to get to stay a few times in my career, and it's always fun. But sometimes, you know, if you don't get it all, I mean, there's always that letdown when you get knocked out. But when you get to step back from it, it is a wonderful experience for everybody.
It sure is. I watched Glacier Peak last year down there be a basket away from not taking fourth in state. You know, the ball bounced the right way. They got a win in overtime, and they ended up being fourth, I think it was, and that was quite an accomplishment by them.
They did. Well, let's take a look at your team this year, the Edmonds Woodway Warriors, with that green and purple and white color scheme, which I love. Okay, but tell us a little bit about how's your team doing this year, and what are the prospects?
We started very tough. I had a very tough schedule playing Linden Christian, Lake Stevens, Kings, and Juanita, and we took it on the chin for the first 4 games, and I graduated 4 seniors last year, and we had to take some new roles, and it took us a little to find that out, and we finally experienced it, and we're on a 3-game win streak now. We just beat Ferndale, who was undefeated last Saturday night, so we gave them their first blemish on their schedule, and I've got new girls stepping up in new roles, and we're starting to figure it out. So we have the holidays off, but we'll be back on the second playing Squim and then Oak Harbor.
So Westco 3A, who do you look to be the favorites this year? I see Shorecrest put a little bit of a pounding on the Arlington Eagles, who maybe were kind of the preseason favorites.
Yeah, you know, I nothing against Shorecrest. They're a great team also, but I didn't think anyone could touch Arlington, and they returned so much, and they're a great team, and they got incomers that are just as good. So the score was probably more the surprising, a 15-point win by our Shorecrest. So, you know, those two are the top, and Meadowdale returns most of their team last year from a state regional team, and you know, it's going to be a dogfight. Yeah, don't take Snohomish lightly. Their record doesn't show how good they actually are. They've been playing a tough schedule to start the year, too. So it's going to be a real dogfight when it gets to tournament, and injuries and everything else could determine what happens. So
that's still up in the air early in the year. And Meadowdale will be here tomorrow.
Yes.
Playing in the first game as they fill in for the Newport Knights. They're going to play a game, and Meadowdale's going to play one game. I believe that's against Curtis, so you're going to be here watching that one tomorrow?
Yeah, I definitely will be scouting that one. You know, it's actually a team pulled out of this tournament, and Brian contacted me, and hopefully we could get in one of the games, but my schedule was full, and I know Meadowdale well. They're kind of an arch rival to us, so it will be a exciting game, and I may not have the notepad out, but I'll definitely be scouting them. So
it's tough putting together an 8-team tournament over the holidays just because of that, but this is a very much quality tournament. There's some great teams here.
Wow, it was great. You know, we played in it last year, and we started with Chiawana and played WF West and ended with Kent Lake, and I came in here 6-1 last year, and I ended with my tail between my legs and had 1 win and 2 losses and got humbled a little, but it was a great experience. It was almost a state experience for my team last year, playing 3 games. I think they're playing 4 days this year, but last year was 3 games in 3 days, and kind of resembles the Tacoma Dome atmosphere, or not atmosphere, but the scheduling and stuff.
Yeah, and that's always good. And your team always wants to know how high the bar is set and where they've, you know, what you've got to work on and stuff and so on.
Exactly.
All right. Well, my man, good seeing you. If you're Glacier Peak,
yeah.
What sort of adjustments is Glacier Peak looking for here, John?
You know, Brian's in there coaching them up, but it's a tough schedule. Or look at that. I was very impressed with Mount Spokane. I didn't see a weakness in that first half. They can shoot inside, outside, and you know, Glacier Peak probably I think they need to execute their stuff a little better. They're a little sloppy in certain on certain sets and things. I know their sets well because half of them I run. So me and Brian are good friends, and you know, it's going to be. They made a great 10-0 run there, and then they missed a lay-in, and that lay-in just kind of took the wind out of their sails, and you know, Mount Spokane ran off an 8-0 run, I think it was, or 9-0 run on that, and that it's tough to come back. And when you're down against a good team, it's tough. But I know one of Brian's favorite sayings is, "How do you eat an elephant?" And it's one bite at a time. So it's not going to come easy. They'll take it one bite at a time.
Well, Jada Noble got subbed back in too, and she had I think 8 points in like 5 seconds. seconds there
Yes.
for a moment. So it's always tough, and you do have to take care of the basketball. And as we talked about, scouting is kind of at a minimum, which makes it a little bit more like the state tournament where you don't get an opportunity necessarily to see everybody.
Exactly, and I know Brian wanted to play him, and wow, I'm very impressed with Mount Spokane. So, you know, I hope I get to play him sometime. That means I've done pretty good, but it's a scary thought of playing them. So,
Well, if it was in the state championship, you'd be okay with that, would you not?
I would have no problem. I got to play Prairie last year, and they did win the state championship. And at halftime, I was down 2, but then the wheels fell off the bus. So that's another story for another time. So.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much, my man, for checking in. It's good to see you. It's good seeing you again.
All right. I think you guys got a couple of my games down the line. I saw on the schedule against Everett we play, and against Arlington, you guys are in that. I don't know if it will be you guys, but look forward to seeing you guys again.
Okay. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
All right. Rasmussen, head basketball coach at Edmonton Goodway, the Warriors, and I go back. Got literally decades against each other. We're going to take a commercial break now, and we're already off. Okay. Well, we're going to take a commercial break. Oh, yeah.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Welcome back. Glacier Peak trailing 38-19, and the Grizzlies will have first possession. This is Mike Buckles here at the top of the Peak tournament. Glacier Peak wearing their away jerseys in blue, and got off to a good start there as driving the baseline. Mayor Erling putting it up to cut the lead, but the Mount Spokane Wildcats ran wild in the first half, and they have a good club. 3-ball on the way for them. And once again, Noble kept it alive, and they pick it up. Jada Noble all over the place, and there she turns it over, though, stolen by Collins. Layup good. So 38-23. So receivers have got to step to the ball, and Collins picks another one, and now we've got a foul called. As veteran official Pat Kaminsky comes across, there was contact on the play. Coach Hill not going to be happy with that, but fouls are part of the game, and a new clock for Mount Spokane. Do a good job of running their man-to-man offense, setting a lot of back screens and hustling, getting on the floor. Glacier Peak, that's going to be a jump ball. Possession is going to go to the Wildcats, so the shot clock should stay at 16. They reset the clock. Let's see if the officials are Well, I guess they're going to say that she had possession. Coach Hill asking about the reset, so now the referees are going to get together. It actually should be no reset, man-to-man defense. So we got quite a battle going here between Shea Sandy and Jaden Noble. Noble out top, throws a skip pass. And there's another steal. Ball mishandled though and almost lost out of bounds, saved by Erling into Sandy, and that's a big save as Glacier Peak has scored the first couple of hoops there. Need to do that. Going to look inside, and taking one too many steps was Madison Rubino. T. Allen going to check in for Mount Spokane. 6:15 to go here in the third quarter. Mount Spokane with a record at 5-2, finished second last year in the state tournament and have 5 returners from that team. And Collins gets her hand on another one. But possession stays with the Wildcats. Inside it goes. And another offensive rebound for Mount Spokane. 30-second clock goes off. The players stop and block inside. Physicality of this game is now starting to pick up. And drive to the hoop, and a foul going to be called, or is called. I believe it's on Rubino. 2 shots for Kiara Sayers.
Foul on number 15, Addison Rubino.
Will be shooting 2. Nice outside pivot by Sayers. Misses the first free throw. 38-23, and 2.5 minutes have went by with no score by Mount Spokane, and they finally get one to go. 39-23. Full court pressure. It's man pressure. And they're going to run and jump and try to double team out of that. Foul's going to be called as Erling breaks pressure, gets down to the foul line area before she's bumped off the ball.
Number 10, Emma Main.
Main gets called for the foul. It's going to be the first foul. And another turnover by Collins. Aaliyah Collins has done that twice now. Yeah. Trying to throw it behind the backboard and hit the support. She's done that twice. So you got to learn your lesson and not make that mistake again. And coming from the backside, there's a steal. Collins with the ball now down the lane. Block going to be called. Basket is good as Collins came up with it after Maya Erling stole the ball, and she goes coast to coast. Nice crossover move at the end, and the lead has been cut. 3-point play the old-fashioned way. It was up to 19 before, and it is now 13. So Glacier Peak pecking away, playing some tough defense. That has certainly been the impetus. Looking inside, not there. Post vacates. Kicks it back out to Noble. Not a bad decision there. She's double teamed. She finds the open player. Shots up and missed. Offensive rebound again for the Wildcats. That's been hurting the Grizzlies. 3 on the way, no good. And the Grizzlies come up with the rebounds. Collins works the right side, hesitation dribble, kicks it back out. Erling, dribble drive and puts it in.
Number 35, Maya Erling.
Erling having a good ball game for the Grizzlies. A lot of juniors on this Grizzly team, and Mount Spokane going to talk it over as the lead has been cut to 11 with 4:07 to go. 39-28 is the score. Don't go away. We're at the top of the peak girls basketball tournament here on STSPN.
Since 2003, Gamut 360 Holdings has been recognized as a premier local builder of new homes and commercial properties in the Puget Sound area. Our 360-degree construction approach matches first-class materials with the highest construction standards to create truly unique and timeless communities for our Northwest neighborhoods. Visit Gamut360.com and discover the home that matters most to you.
Welcome back. This is Mike Buckholtz at the Glacier Peak Grizzlies gym. Excellent winter tournament going on here with the top of the peak tournament and two of the better programs in the state going at it. Mount Spokane with 39-28 lead over the Grizzlies of Glacier Peak, coached by featherweight grad Brian Hill. I like to mention that because I was also a featherweight grad long before Mr. Hill was even born. So I saw Todd getting ready to say something about my age there, so I thought I'd better throw that in. 4:07 to go, third quarter, and we have some sort of discussion going on here and some maintenance being done on the floor. It will be the possession of the Wildcats. Jamin Sides has checked back in. Sayers works out top. Sayers at 6'1". Handles the ball well along with the 6-footer, Jada Noble. A nice up fake shot is blocked. Foul called, blue ball. Glacier Peak will have it as we have a foul on the rebound. Foul is on number 20, Gracie Neal.
Gracie Neal, her third team foul of the second half for Mount Spokane.
So Glacier Peak with a chance to get this lead down to single digits, and let's see what defensively Mount Spokane does. As they go back to the zone, and we've got Erling with a long two. 39-30. Lead is now down to 9. So Mount Spokane was in cruise control, but the momentum, you can feel it shift. And as Coach Rasmussen from Edmonds Woodway said, Coach Hill likes to say, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Blocking foul called. Excellent post up by Gracie Neal. Well, I'm not sure. They counted it a 2. It was not a 3. They counted it a 2. They said 3. So it's a 2. It was a long 2. Foot was on the line. Or maybe not the foot. Maybe the pinky was on the line. And Neal comes up empty on the first one. So Mount Spokane has missed a few free throws here. They miss another one. And the momentum got us, and now starting to favor Glacier Peak a little bit, although the Grizzlies are down 9. Nice shell defense, 1-3-1 look, 3 ball on the way, good! Malia Smith. And all of a sudden, a 19-point lead has went by the wayside. It's down to 6. And throwing a little bit of a sloppy pass is Kiara Sayers, knocked out of bounds. Glacier Peak making the entry passes to the wing a little bit more difficult. So typically when that happened when I was coaching, I like to look to the high post entry and the quick back door. So let's see what Mount Spokane comes up with. Good pressure, Collins all over Sayers, trying to force her baseline. And had a player off the double screen. Go inside again, too far under, no. Reaching back and laying it in. Bertati Matoyer with the basket. Did a nice job as she was a little bit too far under, but able to stay under control and lay it in. Lead is now 8. Third quarter action, 2:20 to go. It will be Kent Ridge and Eastlake in the game that follows this one. And the winners of these two games will square off tomorrow night. And so will the losers as well. Checked away, loose ball. Jada Noble going for it, but contact as she's going for the loose ball. That will be the second foul. Knocked it away cleanly. Maybe a little too much, a bit of a push going for it. A lob inside, up, and there is a foul. Bertoti Matoyer called for the foul.
Foul's on number 22, Sophia Bertoli Matoyer.
I thought that was clearly a foul at that time. Coach Pratt, of course, disagrees. And Maya Erling working inside as well as outside. Now at the free throw line and hits a pair. So the lead is back to 6. So good quarters so far by Glacier Peak. Primarily keyed from the tight defense, challenging every passing lane. Trying to get it. There's 3 seconds in the key, not called. High screen and roll, tough to defend. Do a good job of it. Noble gets it back and rises up and bops a 12-footer in. Tough hoop. 43-35, and now a steal. And by Mount Spokane, missing a 3. Sayers comes up with it. A lot of contact inside, lays it in with the left hand. So a couple of quick hoops brings the lead back to 10. Full court pressure. Collins looking, nobody back. One dribble, that's going to be a layup. Misses it. Oh my. Sandy misses a wide open layup. Lead is 10. Mount Spokane, dribble penetration, has to pick up inside. Called for a traveling, Coach Pratt. I don't know where the traveling was, but maybe 3 in the key. Coach Pratt can't believe his eyes. Welcome to Wesco. Erling bounces a soccer pass off the ankles of her teammates. That's going to stay, though, with the Grizzlies. They got a break on that. 45-35. See a little bit of fatigue setting in. Key number 3 for me was which teams will keep their composure at win time, taking and making quality shots, and also needing those quality contributions from non-starters, as there's one there as Bertoti Matoyer. Matoyer steals the inbound. And then a foul is called on her.
Her second personal 17 foul.
Shaylin Sandy going to go to the line as the frustration starts to build for Mount Spokane despite the 10-point lead. Sandy, good on the first, and Coach Pratt But Mount Spokane had this game well in hand, but going to get an extended break here for the quarter. Aaliyah Collins going to take a breather. Going to get the minute for the quarter break and the 30 seconds remaining in the game here as well. That one comes out. Rebound, bounced around, battle underneath, jump ball, and it's going to stay with Glacier Peak. So everything in the first half seemed to be going the way of the Wildcats, and everything in the second half seems to be going the way, or many things, for the Grizzlies. Corner entry, Erling gets tripped, kicks it out, 3 on the way, off the back iron, battle for it. The Grizzlies have it and have an opportunity for the last shot. Erling works the top against man-to-man, drives in, pulls up, misses the shot. Noble with the rebound, going to throw it right back to Glacier Peak. Foul is called. It's going to be on Emma Main. 3.3 to go. Now, and that's 1-1, as that's already the 8th foul. Some foul trouble for Mount Spokane, just 3 on the Grizzlies here. An opportunity to cut the lead as Malia Smith goes to the line. Hits the first. You can't really see the arrow down there, so I'm not sure who will have possession. But 3.3 seconds left on the clock. Smith hits a pair. Short inbound up to half court. Shot is off. Sides gets it off and it misses. So at the end of the third quarter, it is 45-38. Exciting game. We'll be back for the fourth quarter right after this.
It's like a loop machine. Going around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loop machine.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Welcome back. Mike Buckles here on STSPN, and 45-38, 7-point lead. Mount Spokane had the big lead at halftime, but Glacier Peak outscoring them 17-6 in the third quarter, and they're back in the game. The lead is now 7. So which teams are mentally and physically ready for their quality opponent? Ball handling. And key number 3, composure at win time. We've got a good game going here, 45-38. Possession goes to the Wildcats of Mount Spokane. Skip pass against the zone. That's not a zone, actually. It's man-to-man, but good shell defense. Trying to go for the Haagen-Dazs scoop shot. It's missed is Sophia Bertodi Metoyer. She is fouled, however, and will go to the line for 2. That will be the 4th team foul. Shea Sandy, physical player for Glacier Peak, gets the foul called. Sophia lines up the second one, misses a pair. Swarming the rebounder, gives Glacier Peak a chance to run the court. Player open in the corner, spin move instead. Whoa! Maya Erling junior with the spin move off the glass on the left side. Cuts the lead to 5. Glacier Peak knocks the ball out of bounds. Wildcats will retain possession, but if your opponent keeps knocking the ball away from you, eventually that starts to wear on the confidence. Sayers working out top. Gives it off, left-handed jump shot on the way. Sides, misses, foul called on Noble. 1-1 at the other end. Coach Pratt being very demonstrative. (45-40) is the score. Third on Noble, and perhaps a warning on Coach Pratt. And going to the free throw line, the Glacier Peak Grizzlies. Madison Rubino, one of many juniors on the squad. Good on the first. Good on the second. The lead is 3. Well, if you tuned in at the end of the first quarter and decided to tune out for a while and see what was going to happen, Glacier Peak has been climbing back in. Sayers loses the ball. Coach Pratt livid with the official. As she loses the ball out of bounds, they want the pushing foul. Technical foul. Coach Pratt has been looking for that. He'll try to get his team back into it mentally, as he knows sometimes coaches will do that. So going to the line will be Malia Smith, 5'5" junior. And the Grizzlies will maintain possession also after these 2 shots. So again, which teams will keep their composure at win time? 6:57 to go. You do not know which play will win or lose you the game, and those 2 free throws have now cut the lead by Glacier Peak to 1. 10 fouls called on Mount Spokane, 4 on the Grizzlies. Glacier Peak moving to midcourt to inbounds the ball, 1-3-1 defense, which worked very well in the first half for the Wildcats. Skip pass, cross-court screen, 3 ball on the way, rolls out, rebound is good, going up and shoved out of bounds. Foul is called. We're going to shoot 2 on the double bonus. Trapped inside. This foul is called on number 10, Emma Main.
Now Spokane foul on number 10, Emma Main, her 4th. Team's 10th in the second half.
That's going to bring Tia Allen in, a returner from last year. Score is tied. Madison Rubino.
Back into the game for the Wildcats, number 23, Tia Allen.
So for those of you who are fans of Yogi Berra, he always had little tidbits of wisdom, and it ain't over until it's over. And it's now tied. 19-point lead for Mount Spokane has vanished. Working inside, we've got a hold called. Strong post up by Tia Allen. Foul called on Malia Smith. Malia Smith still on her, 5'5" and 5'10". Floater on the way, comes out of there. Good board by Rubino. Player open on the right side. It's Sandy, kicks it back out top. Malia Smith will reset the offense. Aaliyah Collins over on the left. She now has the ball, looks inside, high post entry, kicks it back out. Cutters against the zone. Inside, oh, took the dribble, makes it anyway, and the foul.
That basket is good by number 35, Maya Erling.
Maya Erling for Glacier Peak. We've got a timeout. 30-second timeout. 47-45. Glacier Peak takes the lead over Mount Spokane. We'll be right back.
Every year, thousands of groups depend on Adrenaline Fundraising to help reach their financial goals. Adrenaline Fundraising is about developing leaders through commitment, work ethic, and follow-through. Adrenaline has several products including gold cards, coupon books, cookie dough, donation programs, and many other options to help teams raise the funds needed for their programs. Adrenaline's new app called UpPay will help teams raise money while providing their supporters the ability to earn cash back on everyday purchases at places like Starbucks, Nike, Red Robin, and over 200 plus national retailers. Adrenaline Fundraising is this season's sponsor of the STSPN's Play of the Game Award.
Well, welcome back. As the Glacier Peak Grizzlies have come from 19 points down to take a 2-point lead. And Maya Erling at the free throw line leaves it short. And Glacier Peak, Mount Spokane comes away with it. Noble double teamed. Working the ball around, tough defense. Very physical. Now the one mismatch is inside. But not looking at that, they go inside instead to number 20, Gracie Neal. She misses a shot, tapped out of bounds. Goes to Glacier Peak. Full court pressure. Comes into Erling. Finds the middle. Kicks it back. Erling crosses midcourt. Well done. Keeping their composure. 47-45. A lot of time left. Just under 5.5. Collins, who's played some good defense here this game, has it back now on the left wing. Goes inside. Kicks it inside. Reverse layup. Foul could have been called. Allen maybe got away with one. Oh, there's some contact. Shot up. Physicality's going to pick up here as both these teams are competitive. And we were talking to Coach John Rasmussen at halftime, and he mentioned that really the setup for this tournament is to somewhat mirror the state tournament. In other words, 3 games in 3 days. Sunday's going to interrupt that here, so it's 3 games in 4 days, as Noble going to be the go-to player. Elise Waldall comes back in for Glacier Peak. Noble makes the first, cuts the lead to 1. Second one on the way is good. She's a heck of a player.
Back in the game for the Wildcats, number 22, Sophia Bertoli-Matoyer.
Bertoli-Matoyer back in. Full court pressure. It's going to be man-to-man run and jump, which means when they force the dribble, closest player will leave and come and double team the ball. There's the dribble. They throw it cross court, and almost giving it away is Erling. He's shooting step to that, drives down the lane, tries to get the shot up, blocked out of bounds by Noble, however. We're locked at 47, and the time says 4:44, so a lot of ties on the scoreboard, and Tia Allen comes away with the steal. A 5'11" returner from last year's team that finished second in the state. We're down to 4:30. Allen works the left side. Cutter's coming through. Reverses it to the top. Clock down to 8. Right side, good pressure. Glacier Peak steals it away. It's Sandy. Kicks it ahead. Rubino has it blocked out of bounds by Gracie Neal.
Number 10, Emma May back into the game for the Wildcats.
Maine checks in for Sayers. 4:11 to go, still tied. And Glacier Peak going to take a timeout here. Settle it down. 30-second timeout. We will be right back, tied at 47.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Welcome back. Mike Buckles here on STSPN along with Todd Elvid. And a lot of excitement here at the Glacier Peak Gym as the Grizzlies have come from 19 down to tie this game up at 47. They turn it over, however. Good hand at the defensive end there by Bertodi Matoyer. Down the lane, Matoyer running the weave. T. Allen comes in, kicks it out. Little floater on the way, it rolls around, rebounded, and thrown right to Noble. She comes up short, but gets it back. Rips it away, kicks it out. 3-ball on the way for Mount Spokane, in and out. We've got a push from the backside. Gracie Neal on the rebound. She thinks she's going to the line. 6 fouls on Glacier Peak. We don't see who that's called on yet. Let's wait for the report. The foul is on number 13. Now they've changed it because there is no 13. It's Elise Waldall, number 33. Free throw is good. Sophia Bertodi Matoyer, 6'2" senior. But check that, it's Gracie Neal, 6-foot junior at the free throw line. And the lead is 2 as she makes a pair. Full court pressure again. Maya Erling gives away to Collins in the backcourt. Crosses, splits the defense, keeps it, kicks to the right side, wide open 3-ball. No good. Tia Allen rips the board, gives it to Sayers. Into the corner it goes, back out. It's Emma Main. We've got a hold inside. Sandy with the guilty look. She's been battling Noble all day.
Fouls on number 5, Shade Sandy.
Noble going to the line.
Her 4th personal.
4th foul on Sandy. Noble having a heck of a game. She's been steady throughout. Complete game, good defense. Good rebounder, handles the ball, and is a scorer for sure. 51-47. Up ahead it goes, Erling kicks it back. Now Erling crosses midcourt. Gonna set up, finds Malia Smith out top. Screen down, wing entry, ball at the top. Erling looking, drives the lane, she runs over. And a block is called. Should I jump in and say what I think? Todd says no, but we're going. Maya Erling gonna go to the line. A blocking foul called on the stationary Tia Allen.
23, Tia Allen.
So it's 51-47. 2:55 to go. Maya Erling having a really good game for Glacier Peak. At the free throw line, Erling cuts the lead to 3. Still a lot of time, but you don't want to get down 3 possessions, that's for sure. Skips out of there. It's 1 possession with the 3-pointer with 2:55 to go. Noble handling out top. They're looking inside, double team on the post. Collins comes over, manages to kick it back out, and they're going to reset, they being the Wildcats. Noble down the line, tries to throw up a left-handed hook shot, partially blocked by Sandy. She comes up with a loose ball, but is on the line. So it's a team rebound with just 6 seconds on the shot clock. They run the flat line, fade in, back to the inbounder, and Allen hits it with the assist from Noble. Noble again making the play. Allen making the shot, 53-48, 2:31 to go. We'll be right back.
Every year, thousands of groups depend on Adrenaline Fundraising to help reach their financial goals. Adrenaline Fundraising is about developing leaders through commitment, work ethic, and follow-through. Adrenaline has several products including gold cards, coupon books, cookie dough, donation programs, and many other options to help teams raise the funds needed for their programs. Adrenaline's new app called UpPay will help teams raise money while providing their supporters the ability to earn cash back on everyday purchases at places like Starbucks, Nike, Red Robin, and over 200 plus national retailers. Adrenaline Fundraising is this season's sponsor of the STSPN's Play of the Game Award.
Welcome back, Mike Buckles on STSPN. 2:31 to go, 53-48. Glacier Peak going full court, facing full court pressure. Get it inbounds to Aaliyah Collins. Collins looking to dribble up the court. Goes behind the back, stopped by T. Allen briefly. Finally gets it across. Smith has it, kicks it back out to Allen. 2:19 to go. The Grizzlies in desperate need here of a score. Time starting to get short. If they get fouled, they're going to shoot 2. Clock down to 5. Dribble drive, leaves it short. Maya Erling off the rim as she split 3 defenders to get there, and now Coach Hill going to have to decide if he's going to stop the clock with the foul or not. Instead, gives up a 3-pointer to Jaden Noble, who has been tough as nails all game long. She comes up to double team. Collins has it. Glacier Peak with the drive. Aaliyah with the score and the foul. 56-48. Just what the doctor ordered. Stopping the clock will give an opportunity for Glacier Peak to set their strategy. With a minute 28 to go, they're going to have to find a player to foul here, make or miss. And she misses, so rebound comes off to Mount Spokane. Some contact over on the side. We've got a timeout called. 30-second timeout, 56-50 is the score. 1:21 to go. We'll be right back.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years. They are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Welcome back. I would not be surprised if Coach Pratt has a special play he runs off of this situation. 6-point lead, minute 21 to go. His team is ahead. Coach Hill counters by sending Aaliyah Collins back to take away the layup, and now the clock is running. Noble handling the basketball. She's going to be double teamed, kicks it. Running the clock. Noble's not the player you want to foul. They had somebody they could have fouled. Noble down the lane, still handling. Throws it away. Erling comes up with it. Gonna kick it. 3-ball on the way. No good. Noble fights for the ball. Gets the rebound. And they've got to come up and foul now. Glacier Peak retreating. Allen has the ball. That would be the player to foul. Foul not called. Allen down the lane. Goes for the layup. Misses. Collins comes up with it. Opportunity for a layup and a timeout will be called. 27.6 to go. 56-52. Lead of 4. So Coach Hill got what he needed there, but too much time off the clock. He wanted Allen on the line. Wanted to foul. We're going to take a quick break. 27.6 to go. Peak down 4.
Since 2003, Gamut 360 Holdings has been recognized as a premier local builder of new homes and commercial properties in the Puget Sound area. Our 360-degree construction approach matches first-class materials with the highest construction standards to create truly unique and timeless communities for our Northwest neighborhoods. Visit Gamut360.com and discover the home that matters most to you.
Welcome back. Mike Buckles on STSPN along with Todd Elvig, and Glacier Peak coming up with the layup to cut the lead to 4, but there's just 27.6 to go. The plan generally in this situation is to try to get the steal, and if you cannot, then you are going to have to foul because you are 2 possessions behind. The problem is that you end up being perhaps out of position, and of course, Mount Spokane counters by getting the ball into their best free throw shooter and ball handler, Jada Noble. They turn it over, but time is down. Collins going to go for a 3-ball and bounces in and good. Timeout. 56-55 with 11-6, so let's make things interesting.
That was a 3-point basket by Leo Collins.
And whether you call bank or not, it counts. So when you have watched enough basketball and coached enough, you have seen these kinds of scenarios over and over again. Mount Spokane jumping out to that 19-point lead, but Glacier Peak being a good team, battling back, sees the momentum, and with 11 seconds to go, now down 1. However, the situation remains the same. You want to try to get the steal, and one player you do not want to get the inbounds pass is number 24, Jada Noble. You're going to have to foul, send him to the line for a 1-and-1 with enough time to do something with it if you don't get the steal. So Glacier Peak look for the steal and the quick foul. You would try not to get the ball, let Noble have the ball, so it's going to be Shaylin Sandy all over Jayla Noble, and Collins is going to help. They're not going to guard the inbounder. They're going to bring it to her again. She gets there. She can't. Time's running. They get it in, and they get it to Allen, and there's the foul. They don't call it, and now they come up and blast Noble. Coach Pratt wants an intentional foul. Now, part of that is on the referees because they know that they want to stop the clock with the foul. They grabbed Allen, and the players are not trying to hurt somebody. They grab the player. They don't make the call, so the next one you have to foul, so you end up with the Bobby Wagner tackle. And it's 56-55, and she is at the line for 2. And she has been money all night and continues to be so. The lead is now 2. And the lead is now 3. Glacier Peak needs to go full court. Erling has it, and a path. Kicks it to the three-point shooter in the corner. 3 on the way. No good. 2 ball on the way, and that's going to do it. Mount Spokane comes away with the 58-55 victory. Stay with us. We'll be back for the player of the game right after this.
Every year, thousands of groups depend on Adrenaline Fundraising to help reach their financial goals. Adrenaline Fundraising is about developing leaders through commitment, work ethic, and follow-through. Adrenaline has several products including gold cards, coupon books, cookie dough, donation programs, and many other options to help teams raise the funds needed for their programs. Adrenaline's new app called UpPay will help teams raise money while providing their supporters the ability to earn cash back on everyday purchases at places like Starbucks, Nike, Red Robin, and over 200 plus national retailers. Adrenaline Fundraising is this season's sponsor of the STSPN's Play of the Game Award.
Well, welcome back to STSPN. Mike Buckles here, and we have our player of the game, Jada Noble, 6-footer from Mount Spokane. And I'm guessing, as a veteran player, you've played in lots of close games like this.
I mean, it's always been like that. So it's always good for us to get ready for these for state, because that's how it's going to be.
We heard a rumor that you have already committed to go play. Can you confirm that rumor?
I have. I signed with UW in the fall.
All right.
Thank you.
I coached a player who used to play at the UW by the name of Kayla Burt. Maybe
That's
you've
awesome.
heard that name. Yeah. So nice job. I'm going to look forward to seeing you in a Husky uniform. But first, you got some high school business you want to take care of. What are the goals for your team this year?
Definitely win our league, our GSL, be GSL state champs, and then by then regional and district champs, and then by then make it a state, compete, and do better than last year. Let's get first.
Okay, well, those are some pretty good goals, and you have a good program going there and some really good players.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to let you go, but we want to thank you for taking the time, and we would like to get your picture here.
Thank you
while
so much.
My buddy David Wright sponsors this. It's done by Adrenaline Fundraising. And our player of the game, Jaden Noble, 6-foot senior from the Mount Spokane Wildcats. And congratulations, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Good luck, good job, and good luck. Thank you very much. No, that's for you. Yeah, put it into your collection.
Thank you.
All right, nice young lady, Jaden Noble, played a tough game as the Mount Spokane Wildcats jumped off to a big halftime lead, extended it to 19, allowed Glacier Peak to come back, take the lead briefly, but Mount Spokane ends up prevailing by a score of 58-55? 58-55, yes, I didn't write it down. Got it from the Everett Herald. We know it is correct. Okay, so stay tuned, because if you thought that was a good game, we've got another great one coming up here. The Kentwood Chargers are going to play against the defending state champs, the East Lake Wolves. And that'll be coming up here in about 10 minutes. So don't go away. Check back in with us here on STSPN.